across every continent and ocean trench, nature has been perfecting weapons far beyond our imagination. Jaws that strike faster than gunfire, claws that vaporize prey, parasites that rewrite brain chemistry. These are not creatures from fiction. They are the outcome of 3 billion years of biological warfare. Each predator in this countdown mimics a science fiction nightmare, not by design, but by evolutionary brilliance. Their tactics aren't just efficient, they're engineered to devastate. And the creature at number 1? It doesn't just punch, it detonates physics. This is not speculation. This is not theory. This is reality. These are the top 10 predators that hunt like sci-fi monsters, ranked by their tactics, technology, and terrifying precision. The Dragonfly Larva, the living turret. Beneath the surface of calm ponds, the Dragonfly Larva waits, motionless, patient, armed. It carries a concealed jaw called the labium, folded under its head like a spring-loaded harpoon. But this is no ordinary strike. The larva builds hydraulic pressure inside its body and fires the labium outward in just 15 milliseconds. The tip is armored with pincers sharp enough to impale tadpoles and fish. The labium snaps forward, locks onto prey, and retracts with mechanical precision. It doesn't chase. It doesn't stalk. It remains perfectly still, disguising the biological cannon hidden in its face. This is not a bug. This is a turret built for ambush warfare. And now we enter darker territory, where death becomes camouflage. Assassin bug, the corpse collector. Most predators discard their victims. This one wears them. The assassin bug, particularly Acanthaspis petax, kills with a venom-tipped proboscis that liquefies its prey from the inside out. Once drained, the bug does something few creatures dare. It saves the body. Using secreted adhesives, it glues the empty exoskeletons of dead ants onto its back, sometimes building a grotesque tower of over 20 corpses. This isn't insanity, it's strategy. To predators like jumping spiders, the mound of corpses disguises the bug's shape, scent, and species. The result? A visual and olfactory illusion. It can also detach the corpse pile to escape, leaving the attacker with a pile of bodies while it vanishes into the dust. On top of that, the nymph covers itself in soil and dust, adding an additional cloak of environmental camouflage. This is death as defense, a disguise made from the fallen, a mobile crypt that confuses, protects, and deceives. But the next predator doesn't just wear its victim, it takes over its mind. Hairworm, the mind thief. Imagine an organism living inside you, not feeding off your body, but altering your very thoughts. The nematomorpha, or hairworm, is a parasite that infects grasshoppers and crickets. Once inside, it grows silently, winding itself through the host's body like a strand of sentient spaghetti. But survival isn't enough. Reproduction requires water, and its host is landbound. The solution? Hijack the brain. The worm secretes neurochemicals that override the insect's natural instincts. The cricket becomes compelled to seek out water. Not cautiously, obsessively. When it finds a puddle or stream, it jumps. Not to drink, but to drown. That final leap triggers the hairworm to erupt from the body in a long, writhing coil. The host dies. The parasite swims away. No negotiation. No recovery. This isn't influence. It's total control. Nature didn't invent zombies. It just made them quietly. The next predator doesn't move at all because it built a trapdoor straight into death. Trapdoor spider, the subterranean gatekeeper. Some monsters hide in shadows. This one builds its shadow. The trapdoor spider constructs a silk-lined burrow in the ground and tops it with a hinged lid made from dirt, silk, and vegetation. It's so perfectly camouflaged that even experienced researchers struggle to spot it. What looks like forest floor is actually a pressure-triggered killing mechanism. The spider waits just beneath the lid, front legs resting on it. Radiating outward are silk tripwires designed not to catch, but to feel. When prey, ant, beetle, or lizard brushes past, vibrations travel instantly down the line. The door bursts open. The spider explodes out, Fangs sink in, and the victim is dragged into the dark. There's no warning, no movement, no mistake. Some doors lead to safety. This one leads to silence. But further down, in the blackest part of the ocean, a single light draws victims into the jaws of something far worse. Anglerfish, the abyssal siren. In the deep sea, light is currency. And this predator owns the bank. The female anglerfish carries a luminous lure growing from her forehead, an extension of her spine tipped with bioluminescent bacteria. To passing fish, it looks like food. They swim closer. They slow, they stare. Then snap! The anglerfish's jaws open wide enough to engulf prey larger than its own body. Its teeth angle inward, ensuring nothing escapes once caught. No chase, no fight. Just one mistake, and it's over. The light isn't just bait, it's symbiotic engineering. The bacteria inside the lure can't survive on their own. They live in total dependence, like weaponized passengers. In the deepest ocean, this is the perfect machine. Invisible, patient and merciless, and if light is a weapon in the dark, then electricity is the next escalation. Electric eel, the biological taser. With a body length reaching 8 feet, the electric eel is a fish wired for combat. Despite its name, it's not an eel, but a knife fish. And nearly 80% of its body is built from 3 electric organs packed with thousands of electrocytes. Alone, each cell produces a weak voltage. But fired in perfect synchronization, they create a pulse powerful enough to stun a horse. The eel uses low-voltage bursts for navigation and detection. But once it locks on, it unleashes a high-voltage barrage that shuts down the prey's nervous system, forcing every muscle to contract at once. If the target resists, the eel curls around it, tail to head, creating a biological circuit. The victim is trapped inside the electric loop, enduring continuous voltage until complete exhaustion. No bite, no blood, just electricity applied with surgical timing. It is a weapon that bypasses bone and armor, because it doesn't need to pierce. It overwhelms. But the next creature turns its victim into a cradle, alive and aware. Tarantula hawk wasp, the living incubator. In the animal kingdom, few fates are more horrifying than this one. The tarantula hawk wasp is named for its preferred prey, and its astonishing audacity. The female doesn't just kill tarantulas, she paralyzes them. Her sting injects pompilidotoxins, neurotoxins, that freeze the spider instantly while keeping its organs fully functional. Then, she drags the immobilized giant to a burrow and lays a single egg on its abdomen, and seals it in. Days later, the egg hatches. The larva burrows into the still-living tarantula and feeds carefully, avoiding vital organs to keep it alive longer. The spider, frozen but conscious, becomes a fresh pantry, and eventually a tomb. When the larva has devoured everything it needs, it pupates inside the husk, and then emerges, fully formed, ready to repeat the cycle. To predators, the wasp's sting is excruciatingly painful but rarely fatal. It exists not to kill, but to warn. One weapon for prey, another for enemies. Evolution designed this creature to control life and pain like a surgeon. But the ocean hides something older, faster, and far more violent, buried in sand and waiting to strike like a biological bear trap. Bobbit Worm, the sand striker. It's 10 feet long, covered in iridescent armor, buried just beneath the seabed, completely invisible. The Bobbit Worm is a predator of terrifying speed. It waits in ambush, antennae barely protruding from the sand, scanning for vibrations in the water. Then, an eruption. With shocking velocity, it lunges upward. Its jaws, spring-loaded, razor-sharp mandibles, snap shut with enough force to cut fish in half. Not metaphorically, literally. The worm drags its victim, or its pieces, back down into the burrow, never to be seen again. Its attack is so sudden, local fish have developed mobbing behaviors. They gather around, blast water at the worm's hiding spot, and warn others of the threat. When an entire reef learns to coordinate just to survive a single animal, that predator has crossed into something else. This isn't just power. It's fear embedded into an ecosystem. The next entry takes violence even further, with a snap that creates temperatures hotter than the sun. Pistol shrimp, the sonic stunner. One claw, that's all it takes. The pistol shrimp doesn't crush or slice. It fires. Its oversized claw acts like a biological hammer, snapping shut at speeds over 60 cm/s. But it's not the snap that kills. It's what follows. The closing claw fires a jet of water so fast, it creates a vacuum bubble. That bubble collapses instantly, creating a shockwave louder than a gunshot, strong enough to stun or kill fish instantly. But here's where it bends reality. That collapse generates a flash of light, and for a brief moment, the temperature inside the bubble reaches 4,800 degrees, hotter than the sun's surface. It doesn't shoot bullets. It creates them from pressure, heat, and sound, using physics as a weapon. Whole colonies of pistol shrimp have interfered with submarine sonar. This predator weaponizes silence, sound, and space, compressing them into a moment of devastation. So only one creature outranks this. A predator that sees beyond the visible spectrum and punches like a living cannon. Mantis shrimp, the ultimate kaiju. No creature combines force, speed, armor, and vision like this one. The mantis shrimp is often under 3 inches long, but in that small frame lies one of the most devastating weapon systems in the animal kingdom. Its club-like appendages fire punches at 23 meters per second. That's over 50 mapped reaching. Acceleration rates comparable to a bullet. The force? 1,500 newtons, enough to crack crab shells and even aquarium glass. But the strike doesn't just hit, it boils the water. Literally. The speed generates cavitation bubbles, which collapse with explosive force. So every strike is a double hit. The punch, followed by a delayed underwater detonation. And its targeting system? Unmatched. Each eye moves independently. Each has trinocular vision, depth perception with one eye. Humans have 3 color receptors. The mantis shrimp has 16, including ultraviolet. It can also see polarized light, unlocking a hidden world of signals invisible to every other predator. Its punch is powered by an internal latch and spring system. Its armor absorbs shock. Its eyes detect more than any military camera. This is a brawler, a tactician, and a sensor platform, all in one. No single predator mimics sci-fi design so completely. And the most shocking part? It evolved all of this millions of years before we even understood what light was. Every creature in this countdown is real. Every weapon, every system, every strategy, perfected through trial, time, and survival. We chase monsters in fiction because they challenge our imagination. But these animals prove something deeper. We were never the first engineers. The natural world holds designs more terrifying than any alien, more surgical than any AI, and more relentless than any machine. From parasitic mind control to thermal shockwaves, evolution has written its own science fiction. Only difference? It's still running. If this opened your eyes to how wild reality really is, subscribe for more countdowns that reveal the monsters hidden in plain sight.